So guys, let's make this public, this part at least public, and then the other part will be for the private members. So let's start with Ripple, right? Jesus, what a bloodbath. Like Ripple went down in a few days, like in a matter of 3 or 4 days, it went down, boom, 47%. And there's still room to fall to my first target. So let's say Ripple fell or is going to fall at 50%. That's crazy. But it's an opportunity. Like I know with the Ripple lawsuit, blah blah blah. Um, Obviously this has a sort of effect. Like a lot of people think this drop is due to the lawsuit, but in my opinion, this is just pure technical analysis. If you, for example, look at Ripple slash Bitcoin, so XRP slash BTC, you see that. Let me pull it up as well quickly. XRP BTC. Oops. And if you look at it, it's at an all-time low. So for me, that's more a reason. Like everybody is so bullish now in the market, but we know when people get way too bullish, things just fall down again. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm still bullish, but before before let's say the real crypto bull run begins, like a real bull run, I think crypto will first fall hard. Like I will explain later when it comes to Bitcoin. But now Ripple. So publicly I called that Bitcoin that I excuse me, Ripple that I would buy in at between 27 and 28 or 30 cents. I called it on Instagram like a few hours ago. So now I'm doing it again. Like I did buy Ripple here at this point. For me, this is a obvious reaction or an obvious point that I should react to with buying. Yes, I think Ripple might fall lower. Yes, it's possible. So take a note and maybe screenshot these charts because I won't give these targets to the public. I will only give them to my private members, the lower targets that I buy in. So be smart and maybe take a screenshot of this chart and you will be clever enough to know. However, let's go to Bitcoin. And let me explain what I see here. Let's go to the daily. Like, I will not lie, Bitcoin still looks kinda good to go further. Now, we are here at a heavy resistance. This point here at 24,000 all the way up to 24,322. So this is a heavy point of resistance. And we know from basically in the past, when Bitcoin falls down, which is still located to my targets here of 12K, but if Bitcoin falls down, the altcoins will be affected as well. Now, before I continue with my bearish view, let me talk about a bullish view, okay? So, let's say Bitcoin breaks above this resistance. In my opinion, it will go all the way straight up to 30K. Let's between 28K and 30K. That's where my targets are for Bitcoin if Bitcoin would break up higher above this resistance. So if this happens, of course, altcoins will react more bullish as well. Ethereum will probably go more up. Litecoin will probably go more up. But from that point, I think there's a chance that Bitcoin just falls down. Now, the reason for that will be as well explained in the private video. So no more further about that, but that's basically it. For Bitcoin, if we break up under, excuse me, yes, under this level, let me go to the 4-hour. If Bitcoin basically now can break under this level here at a 22,500, 22,600, if Bitcoin can break under this level, this would equal a structure break on the daily chart, and that would most likely kick in more bearish momentum. Now, I know Bitcoin likes to do crazy things, so I will not say that it will break under, But if we break under for here, for example, we break under, just randomly target this, we retest, and if we correctly reject this with a heavy rejection, then it's just all the way down, guys. And altcoins will massively bleed as well. For me, in my opinion, altcoins will still go down. And I hope so. Why do I hope so? Okay, it's cool that altcoins went up. Someone X10, X5, X3, like great profits. But think about it like that. A lot of people now jumped in crypto and they impulsively just bought with the hype. A lot of people bought Ripple with the hype when Ripple was at 70 cents. So many people bought here and it's just insane. Like, it's crazy. A lot of people, so many people bought here and got wrecked. Like, if you bought in at 70 cents, like let's say precisely 70 cents, which is here, but yeah, and we go all the way down to where we are right now, that's a 60% correction. Like, that's where you see guys like I called to buy and Ripple publicly so many times here, and we got such a nice percentage. We got 250, let's say 215%, which is great. And people still ask me, do I take profits? Like for me, like in general, I don't care if you take profits or not. That's all up to you. What I do is my game plan. What you do is your thing, and people should know that. Taking profits is always good and smart. Nobody dies of taking profits, for sure not after a 200 percentage profit. I just mean. Now, Ripple, again, I'm buying in at these levels here, and we might see some bullish reaction at this point. If not, if we fall down, well, guess what? I'm gonna buy more. Like, this lawsuit, in my opinion, Ripple is too big to fall, guys. Like, any fine coming at Ripple their way, they can pay it. I'm like 100% positive on that. So it doesn't really scare me for the people who ask. And again, I'm not a fundamental guy. I only watch price action, and I watch both sides. I watch Ripple slash dollar, but as well Ripple slash Bitcoin. If you again watch Ripple slash BTC, we see that we are just going down here and we are on an all-time low, which can signal good news, but it will also signal, excuse me, that Ripple will bleed, and it's doing it. Like Ripple is really bleeding. So think about it. Okay, Litecoin looks great, Ethereum looks great, but you really think they won't bleed as soon as Bitcoin decides to just smash to the ground? Just ask yourself that for a second. Now, further for that, I will discuss that with the private members. Now, Ethereum. If Bitcoin goes higher to where I guess it will, to my targets, excuse me, of 30 between 28,000 and 30,000, then I see Ethereum basically go up to a $715, even an 800,000, excuse me, $800, if not $1,000, which would be so sick. Like, that would be so sick if Ethereum went back to structure at weekly structure here, basically weekly structure point at $1,000. That would be so sick. And from there on, if we pull our FIP levels, let's just see. Let's look. This is a golden ratio here at between the 0.61 and 0.65. This is a golden ratio. From here on for Ethereum, if Bitcoin decides to go up further, we might already experience heavy resistance, maybe break above it, it will be at $1,000. And from there on, we can expect Ethereum basically to go lower. See, yep, like, needs to be precise though. Yep, like this. So that's the point. If Bitcoin goes up further, smooth, others will as well for a little bit further. But if Bitcoin decides to fall down, if it's not here, it will be most likely here. My maximum target for Bitcoin is 35k. So we are getting close to it. This is now 30k. I called it as well in another video that it's possible that Bitcoin could easily go up to 30k. So yeah, that's things that I'm looking out for. So Ethereum could go up to a $715, $800, and possibly even at $900/$1,000. These are my first two targets to be met. So let's see for that. Now, bearish scenario for for Ethereum. Oh, excuse me. If Ethereum decides to fall under $550, it gets back in the bearish market. And again, that will give us great opportunities to just buy in more. And this break here would align with Bitcoin breaking under here. Litecoin. Litecoin did very well, like very well. And Litecoin holding nice support still, so it can still continue to the upside basically. Another target that I have in mind for Litecoin, because this is a heavy resistance, guys. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like the $120 region for Litecoin is very heavy, and this level here at $115, $114 is pretty heavy as well. So things that we have to anticipate on. Do I think Litecoin can fall lower? Yes. Will I buy in more when Litecoin falls lower? Absolutely. Like, this is another thing that I want to say, guys. Like, again, when this crypto starts to bleed, this means that people are panic selling. Like, they are selling everything in a massive panic to save their money. But smart investors, for example, here on Bitcoin, Ripple, they are not scared of this movement. If you took your profits here, like imagine buying back here, you're buying twice as much. Like, that's great. That's what a smart investor does. So don't be afraid of the blood in the streets, because believe me, sooner or later, all the altcoins will bleed, bleed, and bleed. And again, this will be a once in a lifetime opportunity as well to short it, but as well to buy in a lot more. Don't forget that, guys. Don't be afraid because price is going down. This is something that you want. Just imagine yourself. Do you prefer buying Ripple here or buying Ripple here? Like, I just mean, do you prefer do you prefer buying Bitcoin here or do you prefer buying Bitcoin here? Ethereum, same. Do you prefer to buy it here or do you prefer to buy it at $200, for example? On Litecoin, obviously the same. Do you prefer to buy it here or do you prefer to buy it here? Just think logically for yourself, because believe me, guys, these drops are great. Even though if you held on to your holdings, which is okay as well if you're in this for the long term, like it's a great strategy as well if you just hold for the long term, but be sure that you bought in cheap and that you buy in at these levels and not these levels. So that's it, guys, for this video. I will now continue for the private members. I hope you all like this. I hope you all learned something, and take screenshots of these charts, guys. Like, be smart, take screenshots so you will remind where my zones are that I will most likely buy in. Have a great Christmas evening, have a great Christmas day, and probably my other video for the public will be in 2021. So guys, enjoy your new year, have great holidays, and take care.